It's Alicia, also known as Vakali, and today I'll be recording my Spearow makeup because we're finally continuing this. It's been a few days since I've recorded any of these or uploaded any of these. But doing it some more. I think it's literally only been like 3 or 4 days since I recorded one, which really isn't that bad. I'm going to grab my Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion as I normally do. I do want to put a disclaimer out there that this is not, I'm not painting the Pokemon on my face. I'm not doing anything like that. I am just taking the color palette of the Pokemon and then I turn it and do that. And I just do that, and that's just kind of being inspired by it and all that. So I'm not trying to paint it on my face or doing anything really crazy. I'm just being inspired by it. So that is all I am doing. If you do not like that, I am sorry, but oh well. There are plenty of other people that probably do it differently. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to, oh, I don't have it with me right now. Cramp. Okay. So then, I'm going to start with my eyes first, because I don't want any fallout happening on my face. So, I'm going to grab my e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer, because it's genuinely the best. Grab a little mirror. And then do like that. And blend it out. I blend it up into my brow bone. Out. Now I'm going to go into the James Charles palette, and I'm going to go into this shade right here. I'm going to pack it onto my blending brush, and then I'm going to pack it onto the outer corner. To then work it inwards, and I'm going to continue to do that for actually most of the lid. I'm going to take it all over the lid, and then I'm going to kind of lightly just blend it out some. Because now what I'm going to do going to take this super light, fluffy brush. It's pretty movable and bendable. I'm going to go into the shade right here. I'm going to try to get it more up the camera. Get some of that on there. I'm going to blend it out, blend out the edges to the other shadow. Like really lightly do it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, well, I'm not going to put down a glitter base like I normally do because I'm going in the very inner part of my eye. But I'm going to take my pinky, I'm going to go into this one right here. Shade. Let's get on the pinky. I'm going to take it and just go right here in the inner part of my eye and then blend it out. So it kind of disperses out like that, but just in the very inner part. Okay. Allergies suck a lot. Alright. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye because I can't really do the underneath my eyes yet. I'll have to cut that out. It's about 6:45ish. I'll look for it. Go. Get it all over my lid. Then going to blend it out. So I continue to tap it out. So it's fully blended out. Okay. I'm back now. I love my cat's in, but now I gotta re-tap my concealer because it began to slightly crease when I stood up. Now, I'm going to take and go back into that one shade. Going to lightly blend it out. I'm going to grab that other shade from before. Then, going to grab that shade again with my pinky. going to put it in the inner part. Okay, I mean, sure that works. I don't know where the shadow went. That was on my finger, but it disappeared. There we go. I don't know why this one's being so damn difficult. This side's not. Alright, now I'm going to move on to my face makeup. I'm going to go to Buff Bisque. Actually, no. I need to color correct my eyes, but underneath my eyes first. So I'm going to grab the yellow shade on my finger. Going to blend it underneath my eye, and I'm using this little Wet n Wild quad thing. I go into the yellow. I rarely use the green. I don't ever use the purple. So the green I only use if I am cosplaying and I have pimples and stuff. No. I'll keep it for that, but after the yellow's out. Now I'll move on to the foundation. The foundation is a little too dark for me. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm just going to wash this makeup off my face afterwards. So, I don't see a point in using my actual foundation when I'm just going to wash this off. Anyways, it seems like a waste of my money. I am doing this though for YouTube content, which is okay. And I have one more foundation that is a little too dark for my skin. So, and then after that, I'm just gonna have to use on my color, that is my dead on my color. The reason this one's a little too dark is because typically I tan during the summer, but I have not been going outside for obvious reasons in 2020. Bring this all over my face. Now I'm going to put, oh God. Christ. I'm going to put a little bit on my nose and then some on my forehead. Okay. Stuff dripped on the bottle, so I'm just going to put it on my face. Now, I'm get that. Make sure I have my temple. And then make sure I get into my hairline. You're going to get some in your hair. It's okay. Especially if you have bangs. I'm just going to cover it up anyways. Now, the reason you get it through your eyebrows is because there's skin underneath your eyebrows. And if you don't, they can see it that it's underneath your eyebrows as well. You got to make sure that's like a big sign that you're using a foundation that's a little too dark for you. Okay. Now, I'm going to take and I'm going to grab my, not concealer, why am I grabbing that? I need to do my contour first. Silly me. So I'm grabbing the LA Color Pro Concealer to do my contouring. Some more out. I gotta do my JoJo nose. Alright. Now I'm going to blend this all out. I start with my neck. And you always like kind of pull the contour like down, because you want to, like on your neck at least, you want to blend it down because you're trying to cast a shadow. That's what contouring is casting shadows on parts of your face. And all I contour are the places that I already have in my face, but when you put on a foundation, you're covering up the natural shadows and contouring you typically have on your face. So I'm just adding back what I normally have. I'm not trying to make a shape that isn't mine. I'm not transforming into somebody else. I just want to, put back what I have. I'm blending my nose out. Nose typically is a little dark with like this kind of contour at first until I put my concealer on it, and then it looks much better. Okay. My nose looks a little dirty, but we don't fix that. So I'm going to put concealer on now. Oh god, I don't trust it to not knock over, so put that thing right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dot on the inner part and then a couple of dots on the outer part. Dot on the inner part and some dots on the outer part. If you guys did not know, if you want more coverage out of something, like a concealer, or typically like a concealer or something, what you will do actually is you will let it sit kind of on your face, because when it warms up, it causes it to cover more. So I'm going to take and put the tiniest dot on the tip of my nose, and then take and just run it down the center of my nose. Now I'm just going to let it sit while I open up my powder. Get the brush of my powder, clean it off a little, and then have that ready. Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to start with everything but underneath my eyes, because the first thing I cover up is my eyeballs, or the under eyes. So if I sit there and I, blend that out first, I have to kind of set it as quick as I do that, because if I don't, it can crease pretty quickly, especially underneath my eyelids. I have some pretty creasy under eyes, so I gotta be careful with like what I use and how much of it I use. That's why I really like this method right here that I learned, because you use less concealer and you get about the same amount of coverage as well. Now I'm going to take the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Powder, if it will open up, and just swirl my brush into it. Then I'm going to take that and I'm going to set my under eye really quick. And this powder right here, because it is like my shade, when I set my face with it, it kind of brings it down a couple of notches in like how intense of a darker shade that it is. It kind of evens itself right back out somewhat. Alright, I'm going to set underneath. I did figure out, because one day I wasn't leaving the house, so I just left this foundation in this shade, like in the powder and stuff on. I oxidized so bad. I looked like a Oompa Loompa. I was so orange because this shade oxidized so freaking bad. Like, even my fiance said something. He's like, wow, you're really orange today. At the end of the day. And I was like, yeah, because it oxidized. I was like, it was, I washed it off kind of immediately after that. But luckily I did not leave the house at all that day. Which is a good thing, because I don't need to go out in public looking like that. Alright, so now I'm going to add the blush on my face, and let me find a good shade really quick. So I'm going to get the Almay Smart Shade blush in this color, because I just want to see kind of what color it'll turn into on my face, because I haven't used it since I got it from my coworker. I'm going to share my face and smile, kind of apply it. Oh, it's very light, so like in coverage. So we'll just build it up some. Because I like a lot of blush. I don't know why, but I always do. Sometimes it'll take a lot to build it up, so we're just going to take what we have, and then I'm going to grab some of it, put it on my nose, grab some more, put it on the other parts of my face. now I'm going to work on the lower lash line of my makeup. I'm going to grab, where are the brushes? Then this brush. I don't know if it's gonna cause too many problems. We'll see. Okay, so for the under eye portion, I'm going to start with the outer corner. I'm going to go with this shade right here for the outer corner. I'm going to tap off the excess. And kind of work it inwards and kind of up. You'll see why in just a second. Now that I have that shade on, I am going to grab this other brush, go with this side right here. I'm going to take that same shade that I just grabbed. I think it's a little too red in undertone, but I mean, it's already on my face, so I'm going to grab it on about half of it, and then I'm going to connect these two portions, and I'll continue to build it up until it's about as thick and pigmented as I would like it to be. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay. I'm going to grab this brush again. This shade again, and build it up some more. Then I'm going to take the excess and kind of just blend it out a little bit so it comes into a kind of like a point. There we go. Now I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to grab the red shade in this palette. I'm just going to pop that kind of in the very inner part. My eye. Blend it into the other shade. How are you doing? Grabbing the red again. Okay. Alright, now that I've done that, I'll move on to other parts of my face. But first, I'm going to grab this Wet n Wild highlight in shade Blossom Glow. going to get some of my finger and I'm going to pop that into my inner corner from sort of like pink, because there's a little bit of pink on Spearow, so I'm going to be popping that on in the corner. There we go. Then I'm going to take a little bit on the tip of my finger and I'm just going to tap that here and tap that here and blend it out. There we go. Now I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to take this angled eyeshadow brush. I'm going to go into shade Cedar inside of my Lorac Mega Pro 4 palette. Underneath my eye. Underneath my eye, underneath my eyebrow. Then I'm going to take in that line that I just put there. I'm going to blend it out and like upwards. Then going to do the same thing on the other side. It's just this one requires a little more product because this one is a little bit bigger of a brow. You know, your eyebrows are never twins, but they are sisters. One of the sisters on my face is a little bigger than the other sister, but, you know, they're both beautiful. My eyebrows always kind of look like shit until I put the mascara into them. So, once I gotta put the mascara in them, because I use a clear mascara. Alright, there we go. I think they're just bad today. I will, well, whenever I'm, you know, doing my makeup for the actual day, which I'll be doing after this, they'll look a lot better. They just kind of look like shit right now. But also my bangs will be hiding them, so grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. But it's okay. So, I'm going to grab my eyelash curler. I'm going to curl my lashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is like $1 at Dollar General. It's actually really, not Dollar General, Dollar Tree. And I actually quite like it. I think it's quite nice. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the Great Lash Mascara. And the Lots of Lashes Great Lash Mascara from Maybelline. Maybelline has some of the best mascaras ever. And everyone used like the normal Great Lashes in like middle school and high school. And there was also that that green clump mascara, like 2006, like the very end of the actual end of high school for me. everyone had either the little green one or the orange one that CoverGirl came out with. And then Lash Stiletto was really common. There was a lot of mascaras that like kind of went in and out. Like people using it, like, but Maybelline's always been like a really big staple. I remember when the Rocket one was huge. I love that one still. My favorite one is the I think it's Mega Plush or something like that mascara. It's a Maybelline one as well. I really like that mascara. I haven't bought it for a little while. I was trying to say the word bought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. I hold mine for 15 seconds. One of my lashes is growing inwards, so I'm going to have to grab it and put it where it belongs with some mascara. Sorry you guys can't kind of see what I'm doing. I just realized that. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to put lipstick on. Which I don't know which one I'm going to use. I think I'll use this one. Okay. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Toffee Talk one. I think that's the right choice. Okay. Now, I'm going to highlight my face. I'm going to, for once, use other than the two highlighters I think I've used on this channel since I made it. Using the Blossom Glow highlight, I'm going to take my handy, trusty highlight brush. I'm going to just go down the pan one time. Trust me, you don't need a bunch. And then I'm going to grab the water that I use. I think it's just the bottle itself that smells a little weird because I cleaned it and everything. I even let it soak for like 24 hours. Oh gosh. See, look, it can't even focus on the highlight. The highlight's too blinding. There you go. So I just need the actual tiniest bit of water on it and the tiniest bit of highlight because you really gotta blend it out and everything. Gonna blend it out so there's not like a line between it, so it just kind of goes through the entire thing. And then I'm gonna take the excess, I'm gonna put it on the tip of my nose, on the bridge of my nose, and on my cupid's bow, and right here on my forehead. Okay, and I'm gonna do the other side. Then I'm going to be done. I'm gonna go take pictures of it. Okay, I'll take pictures of this, and I'm gonna wash my face off. Alright, so, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me. If you guys want to see me in even longer forms of video of sorts, watch me stream on twitch.tv/ValkyAlley. If you'd like to see the pictures of this, you can follow me on Instagram at ValkyAlley. I also post some cosplay photos when I do cosplay. I'm going to be doing I'm going to be doing a review of a cosplay pretty soon. So subscribe here, like this video, dislike the video, leave a nice comment, leave a hate comment. I don't care either way. But do hit the bell if you are subscribing, because I come up with videos pretty often. I upload my VOD archives, and I will have the cosplay review happening pretty soon. But yeah, if you guys, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. Be good people. Drink plenty of water.